Hello, how are you? So, today I'm going to give first impressions with Stencyl, what I experienced so far by doing the crash course from the website. And afterwards I'm going to tell you about what my plan for this month is, which game I want to make in Stencyl. So... yeah, so basically I did the crash courses from the website, from the official website. And what did I notice? I will just open the second one. The first one is really basic. So, well, the game you make in the second crash course is basically Space Invaders, more or less. If it will start. So yeah, and the number was basically just debugging. Oh, I didn't remove it. So I played around with it a bit. So what I noticed is that what I'm not used to, that pretty much everything you edit from the objects you have to open first, and that there are a lot of different tabs. So it's organized, and I'm not used to that everything's so separate, but I think it's good if you get used to it. So what's really nice, because until now I only worked with engines where I basically had to write the code myself. So the way it works here is really nice. Like, you just put your stuff together. I think it's still pretty close to actually writing code, but still it's really nice. You have a lot of different options. And very important, the search function. I'm still very confused with all the different tabs. So I need to use the search bar. And another thing that I really liked is that pretty much every object has under properties a description. So you can comment everything directly here, write whatever you need to do. Because I was wondering how you would comment your code, because if you just use this and you don't use the code directly, then you cannot really put comments, but at least you have the description bars. I mean, maybe they have a comment field. I haven't tried. Oh no, yeah, they have comments. Okay, you actually can comment it easily. Nice. Okay. So we found it out, but also everything has a description, and I think that's a good thing. One thing that I really didn't like from the crash course, it was, I have to find it because I did it differently. It was for the countdown how many enemies you killed. Yeah, so it was in the scene. So what? Yeah, so every time an enemy is destroyed, we're decreasing the number of enemies on the screen, and if it's 0 or lower, I put or lower, but it's not really necessary, then we're winning. And what in the crash course, they actually just counted it. I think they counted it up, and they put just the number of enemies on the screen here. So, but you have to know the number of enemies, so they really just put, like, for example, 5 in here, And I really don't like that, because then you have to, it's not very flexible. What I did instead was, like, when the scene is opened, when it's created, then I will, for each enemy, I will just count up, so I know the number of enemies who are really in the scene, and not just, I'm not just putting a number there, and if I change the scene, everything's broken. That was, well, important for me to state, because I think it's better to play it safe. Yeah, otherwise, so far it looks really interesting. Nice. I'm curious how it will be when I try more complex stuff, but basic stuff seems pretty solid, easy to do. And yeah, so that's so far for my first impression with Stencyl. So now I want to tell you what I want to do this month in Stencyl, which game. So I looked at the One Game a Month website, and because every month there's an optional theme, and so it's CGA graphics. So I was thinking around, like, what can I do? Like, one limitation is 320 times 200 pixels, and the other thing is only 4 colors. Here they say black, white, cyan, and magenta, but I read up on the Wikipedia article that there's different color schemes, and I think I will stick to the other one, black, green, red, and brown. But yeah, I mean, I can still change that if I want. So, but inspired by the thing that I only have 4 colors, and one of my ideas was, like, I want to make a Metroidvania type of game, like a 2D platformer where you have to explore the world, and my idea, inspired by that I only have 4 colors, was that you only start by having, like, 2 colors, background black and one of the others, and, like, the upgrades are the colors. You can unlock the other colors, and only after you, like, unlock them, you will see them in the world and you can interact with them. So this kind of fits with the Metroidvania type, so you can go back and the world will look different. And what I can show you my, well, game design documents so far. I have a horrible, the way I write is horrible, and so, and what I really like, that you can really, like, you can design the player and the enemies, everything in the world, and maybe even the bosses. Like, after you unlocked a color, the world can change, even the enemies. Like, I put the basic, like an example how an enemy could evolve here, like, so you have a basic blob, and then maybe after you unlock the color, it's the spikes who have the color you just unlocked. So before it wasn't there because you didn't have it. And the third stage could this I intended this to be like a spring, so he can, like, jump now with the jump spring here. I mean, that's just to put down my idea. Maybe dotted outlines for objects that are not yet unlocked, so that the player has hints where objects will appear after unlocking new stuff. Yeah, that's the base idea. Yeah, another thing I put down is that the thing with showing and hiding the colors could be done with a shader. because I love shaders, and I always like, a lot of times I'm just, oh, that can be done with a shader, I should do that. And but as far as I've seen, Stencyl only supports shaders with desktop publishing, not with mobile, and I don't know if they support it with Flash, but probably not. Well, so that's my base idea, so that I can stick to the challenge. And I think it's the scale of the project is okay, since there are only like 4 colors and you need 2 to be able to start playing. So I think it's good. So you have 2, so I can make a small project. You can unlock 2 different colors, and the game will change, and hopefully I can pull off making a nice small level, small world that's interactive. Yeah, so until Thursday I try to, well, yeah, I will probably try to make the basic stuff, like basic platform mechanics, walking, maybe already some base mechanics for picking up the color, and so that the world changes and the interactivity of objects will change. I think I won't have too many enemies in 1 month, and I will be very busy with level design probably for platformers. And if you look at my GitHub page, I already made a repository, so I will put the source files, the whole source, on GitHub. It's under the MIT license, so you can do whatever you want basically with the project. And yeah, I think that's it for now, and I will show you what I've done so far on Thursday. Hopefully being able to already show you some nice things. So yeah, have a nice evening and goodbye. See you on Thursday.